Hey guys, what's happening? It's Sean1604 coming at you with another update on our Football Manager 2012 campaign with Celtic. This is our update number 11, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Possibly 12, I can't remember, one of the two. We're going to go through a few different things. This is a new format for us in this particular update. What we're going to go through, first of all, we'll go through the transfers. We'll go through the highlights from all the games. I'm going to do month by month updates now, so I can show you highlights of the goals from every game. I think people prefer that. I'll also go and show you the Champions League draw, which I've also recorded, and also player stats and the upcoming fixtures coming up for the next month as well. So we'll kick it off by looking at the transfers. Okay, so here we are on the transfers page. In the last video we'd got up to Michael Matthew coming in and Keko leaving, so we'll go through the incomes first of all. First of all is Luke Paul, who is coming in on a youth contract. He's one of the players that was released from Chelsea or Man U or one of those, so I took a punt on him, as I've done with a few other players. We'll see how he develops. If he doesn't get any better than 2.5 star, then he'll be leaving. He's only on a youth contract anyway. This is a pretty good signing. Got this guy for free, Jose Luis Jimenez. He's good backup for my left back position, so I didn't really have anyone, so 20 penalty kick taken, which is pretty awesome. Pretty good pace, and it looks like he could be a pretty good player. We'll see how he develops as well. Only 19, so I was struggling a wee bit on the right attacking midfielder after I'd lost James Forrest, so I've decided to bring in Adam Lallana from Bolton. He only cost 1.7 million, and he is worth a bit more than that when I was looking at him, and he's a pretty good player. He's 27 in the height of his career. He's played pretty well so far. Average rating is 7.22, so he's been pretty good. He can play a lot of positions, anywhere in the top attacking half of the field he can play, so he's really useful. I was really happy with that signing. I've got him on a long-term team to 2020 as well, so a 5-year contract, so really happy with that signing. Next we got Alex Chamberlain in, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain in on loan. I was trying to put in a clause to buy him for about 7 million. Arsenal wanting 8.5 million, so I've got him in on loan. He's started out quite well as well. We'll see how he develops, and he might be a possible transfer target for next year. I've got him in loan for the whole season, but and I'm not paying his full wages. I'm only paying part of his wages, I think 40% or something. So again, he can play any position up front, and he covers that right hand side role as well, so that's pretty good. That was good to get him in on cover. Next we have Umberto Musco, who came in, and he looks like he could be a really good player. I paid 1.8 million for him, but 4.5 star potential, defensive midfielder. He's got pretty good stats for he's only 17, so he's went into the under 19s team. We'll see how he develops, and he could be a really good player. Lastly was another player that we'd already signed, who we were just waiting on coming in. We had to pay 1.1 million to get him out of his youth contract. Marcos Ferrucci, striker, pretty good stats. I'm working on his finishing. I think that's the only thing he lacks as a attacker, but everything else looks like he's pretty good, and he develops obviously over the next few years. He's only 18, so see how he gets on. In terms of the outgoings, I'm not going to go through them all, but I'll go through them quickly. So Dennis went back on loan to Ostend, so did Melo and Freddie Barrios, because they're all they can't get work permits. Edelson, I tried to sign him into a new contract, but he wouldn't get a work permit for his new contract for some reason, not really sure why, so I managed to sell him to Botafogo for 2.3 million, so that was pretty good. I was pretty happy with that for business. Let a few youth players go. Rafael Guerrero, who's a left back that I wasn't really using, went on loan to Portsmouth for 7 grand. They have the option to buy him as well at some point during that. Had to sell Adel Tarati, he wasn't really part of my team anymore, so I got 350 grand for him. And Vlad Bantruno, who was Branchuna, I don't know, but he was a guy that we weren't really using. He's in reserves team, and he's a central defender. He could be decent, so I've let him go out on loan to Peterborough. Another young player left, and Dominic Pandor, who wasn't really getting used. He is in a few of the games that you'll see, but he wasn't really getting used for the main part, so he went on loan to AS Nancy Lorraine. They've got an option to buy him for about 375 grand or something, so that'd be a pretty good bit of business. Francisco, who was a pretty good signing, good big strong central defender. He needed some experience, so I let him go on loan to Salamanca for 80 grand. So that was a pretty good bit of business as well. So overall, I've not spent me on my means. I've brought in 11.75 million. I'd already paid this 1.1 million actually, so it was a bit less than that, and I've brought in 12.25, so we're still in a really strong position financially. So nothing to worry about there. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So we'll move on now and have a look at a few other things. Okay, so here we go with the results so far. First game of the season was 5-0 at home to Inverness Califiscal, really good result. Show you the goals. Mollo into Griffiths, great finish into the bottom right corner from Griffiths. That was a great start. I think that was the quickest goal for ourselves. I think it was only 11 seconds or 13 seconds or something, so beat the previous record. So amazing way to start the season. You'll see this very often. Graafland in with a corner, but it was headed away this time out to a Paya, who's my right back, playing some football here, and we do end up losing it, but you'll see in a wee second we do manage to win it back. There we go, Connor Clifford winning the ball back, and Griffiths picking the ball up, but he managed to miss, but Pandor came in and managed to finish that off, so another good start there. Next goal, I hate how long the highlights take sometimes to load up between the goals. It's really annoying, especially when you're trying to record. So this was a breakaway goal. Kulabili, I can't really say the guy's name's French, but he breaks away. He's a new striker that I brought in. Very unselfishly plays in Griffiths, and that was a pretty good goal. Good caught on the counter attack there, and really unselfish from the new signing that I made. So that was a really good. I was happy with that. Next, and the fourth goal of the game was a cross in from Graafland and Arundel with the header. As I say, you'll see a fair few goals like that when we're going through the highlights here, because there's been a few of them. Again, waiting on the highlights to load up. Come on, there we go. Last goal of the game was Griffiths' penalty. He took the penalty. It's normally Graafland that takes penalties, but he took it to get his hat-trick. Next game of the season was a 9-0 drubbing of TNS in the first qualifying leg of the Champions League. I will run through the goals because it's a Welsh, I think they were Welsh or something, the team I was playing, I think they were. So this was in the third qualifying round. It'll take a wee while to go through the goals, but I thought you might want to see them because there's a few good ones. So we'll run through them so you can see how good the team is playing at the moment. This is obviously a team you would expect us to win against, but Graafland slipping a through ball in there. That was a great ball into Griffiths finishing it off, so good way to start. It was only about 11 minutes into the game. And again, waiting on the highlights to load. Come on, there we go. This goal, I can't remember who scored this one actually, but we'll see here. Mulligan with the ball into Mollo with a little run into Mitchell, who's a new attacking midfielder that I bought, with a cross, a great ball in there, and Griffiths finishing that off as well. So that was 2 goals for him in the space of about 5 minutes. So really, really good start to the game. I knew I was supposed to be beating these guys, especially at home. So I was kind of expecting an easy ride. And I kind of got it. This is another one of those highlights that takes a while to actually get to the point of the goal, but what can you do? So they're playing some football, but you manage to passes it straight to Guerrero. Guerrero wins it on the right, and Griffiths running forward, slips a through ball into Guerrero. Guerrero bangs it into the top left corner. Great finish there from Guerrero. He's made another really good start to this season. I expect him to be another one of the key players this season. So I'm really happy with how he's playing at the moment. And next, Graafland with free kick into Prestia, who's a central defender, so I'm not really sure why he was out there. But Arundel, boom, central defender, 25 yards, David Luiz style right there, 25 yarder from outside the box into the top corner, boom, thank you very much. I don't think there was any luck about that or anything to do with the team we were playing. I think it was just a really good shot. Graafland with a free kick, just shows you how good his free kicks are. That's another 25 yarder, straight over the goalkeeper. So yeah, another good finish. They got a red card from the foul because we were going through on goal, so they were down to 10 men at this point. This was just a case of rubbing salt in the wind, to be honest now. I think this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our 6th goal. We scored right after from the ensuing kick-off. Guerrero picking the ball up, boom, ran through his marker and top left hand corner, picked that out, and that was 2 goals in the space of like 3 minutes or something. So pretty update there. Next one is a cross in from Grafland. Again, as I say, just you'll see this a lot, cross into Grafland into Arundel with the header. He's a really good player for us. So they've been making noises, the central defenders, Arundel and Prestia, about wanting to join a bigger club in the near future, but I've managed to convince them to stay, and we'll see how we get on next season, because we are developing, so I think we'll be pretty good next season. Griffiths with a cross in, Mo in there, who's playing on the right actually this time, because I didn't have my new signings in yet, Lana and that, so he had to play on the right hand side for this game, for part of it anyway, but he managed to get a goal. And I think this is the last one finally. We got up to number 9. Kyle with the ball out to Mulligan, Mulligan into Griffiths, back to Mulligan, Mulligan with the ball into Clifford, Clifford back to Kyle, Kyle out to Mulligan, just passing out on this left hand side, Mulligan in, Guerrero turns round and bangs it into the bottom left corner, beats the keeper at his near post, so pretty good finish from them. Next league game of the season was a 4-1 trouncing of Hearts away from home. Really good start. I was really happy with how the league started, because these are tough games. But first goal was Guerrero, turned his marker, and he's done that all season, just rolled around his marker and finished it off in the bottom left corner, beats the keeper. So that was a really good start to the game. It was only about 20 minutes in. Next goal didn't come to just before half time, but it was on a break. They had a corner, and look at that for a ball from Grafland out to Guerrero. Guerrero uses his pace, beats the defender, smashes it into the top right corner, top left corner, whatever you want to call it, and great finish. Two goals from him. The next one I'm pretty sure is a penalty, and I don't really like the fact that, but well, I suppose you can like it or not, but Guerrero gets his hat-trick. That was his 50th goal for the club, and he got his hat-trick, so I think it's a bit of a weird thing in the game where the person that's on the hat-trick gets to take the penalty. It wouldn't be so good if the person taking it wasn't a good penalty kick taker, but hey ho. Grafland in with the corner, we don't score from that, but the ball comes back out, breaks out to Arundel. This is a wee bit where we just pass it about through the back, beyond it to Arundel to Kyle to Grafland. This is a good ball coming up from, I think it's Alaman who ends up crossing it in. He just runs through here, yep, Alaman crosses the ball in, and Grafland, boom, top right corner. What would you expect, anything less from the young phenom? Absolutely not. Next was the return leg of the Champions League, third round qualifier. We only won 2-0 in this one. We were 11-0 overall, but I was expecting to win a bit more, to be honest, but I think I'd played a weaker team. Yeah, I did. I put out a weakened team. So Mitchell with his first goal for the club, great finish, curved into the bottom right corner. So yeah, really happy with how that game or how that finish went. Next we have I think this was a breakaway goal, or they break on us and don't really do it very well, and I think they pass the ball straight back to us or something. We'll see how we go. Oh yeah, it bounces off us, there we go, and Prestia picks it back up. Their new central midfield partnership there, Clifford into Mitchell running through with a good ball. Kulabi picks it up. He got his first goal for the game, first proper goal for the team there as well, so it's a good finish from a new signing. Probably not going to be in the mainstay of the team this season, but he's there as backup. He could be useful if we need it. Next was a 2-0 good win at home to Ross County, considering we had someone sent off. We did own the game, but we didn't score as many goals as I would have liked. The first goal came really early, actually, in the game. Mollo breaking through his markers, as you would expect, cutting inside, great ball into Guerrero, and Guerrero finishing it. That's what we expected from this season, and that's what happened last season. Mollo cutting inside, great ball in, and Guerrero finishing it. That's what happened. We did get someone sent off, as I say, in the second half, but we hadn't scored by that point, so I was a wee bit worried. But Grafland into beyond, Prestia heads it off the bar, and Beyond is there to finish it. So yeah, that kind of settled my nerves. Next one was another league game, 3-0 away from home at Hamilton. Another good another good one. Aaron Grafland and Prestia scoring this time, so a wee bit different from Arundel getting all the goals from the corner glitch. I don't really think it's a glitch, to be honest, but we do seem to score a lot of goals from corners, so maybe it is. This one was pretty much carbon copy, Grafland into Prestia, and there's another one. So 2 in this game from Prestia, 2 headed goals. My central defenders do contribute a fair amount of goals, to be honest, so it's really useful. Next we've got the third goal of the game. I can't actually remember who gets this goal. We'll see Grafland down to Mitchell. Mitchell is getting a run in the team at this point. Good ball into Molo. Molo finishes off with a goal, so he broke through from his marker there on the right. Next was the playoff leg to get into the Champions League. Don't know why I had to play in this, but there we go. As I said in the previous video, we do go straight into the league, straight into the group stages next season if we win the league again this season, so that's really good. Coefficients went up, so that's really good. But the first game was against a Polish team, Płodzenia Warsaw. Well, I can't say it, but we won 4-1. We did have an own goal there, as you seen at the start, so that made me a wee bit worried, and we didn't score until just before half time. But the goal just before half time picked it up, made a good team talk, so that made us come out in the second half, and we did score a few goals. Grafland with a good penalty. And you'll see in the first goal, if you have a look back at all, it bounced off the back of someone and then bounced off someone again and then went in, so it was a pretty unlucky own goal, to be honest, but what can you do? This is the third goal, so I felt like we needed these goals just to make sure that we had a good enough lead to take back to Poland, because it's always a struggle to go away from home in Europe. But Griffiths breaking down the wing, and Guerrero, that was a great volley. I remember watching that on 3D. It was coming at him at a fair pace. Great cross in from Griffiths and a left-footed volley from Guerrero. So yeah, really good finish there. And last goal of the game, just before the game finished, I think it was in the 90, I think it was actually in injury time. Grafland back to Clifford, and Clifford up to Guerrero. Guerrero, boom, rolls his marker, Didier Drogba even style. So that was really good. Back to the league, 5-0 at home to St Johnstone. Run through the goals for this as well. First goal was a penalty from Jimenez, who I showed you on the transfers, left back, who was getting a game because we'd played out a weakened team, so we had a full team to take to Poland. 20 penalty kick taken, so you'd expect him to score his penalty. A good header there. Griffiths didn't manage to win the ball, but we do win it back. Missilou, who's not actually playing that much anymore, into Beltran out to Lallana. I think this was maybe his first game, but Lallana, this went down as an own goal, but Griffiths slid in, and he must have kicked the defender's leg, and the defender's leg ended up hitting it in, but I would have gave that goal to Griffiths, to be honest, but there you go. Third goal of the game. I think St Johnstone actually gave us a better game than 5-0 reflected, but we scored 2 goals really late on, but this was the third one. Griffiths breaks through between 2 players. Amazing finish in the bottom left corner, but you can see on there that he broke right between 2 St Johnstone players, and an amazing finish, so great composure from the lad there. I think that was his 100th league goal for overall as well, so congratulations to him. This takes a wee while. I remember this game, but this goal, sorry. This was the one that was just later on in the game. But Lallana picks it up here. Great ball into Guerrero. Guerrero back out to Matthews. Matthews back into Clifford. Out to Lallana. Kind of playing with him a wee bit. And then Lallana into Guerrero. Guerrero rolls his marker again. And that seems to be all his goal. Rolls his marker in the box and turns around and whacks it and scores. Last goal, not too long after that one, just Robin Sultan to win the game for another 5-0 victory. Clifford picks the ball up into Beltran. Beltran running about, not really doing anything. Back to Jimenez. Missilou. Back to Jimenez. Jimenez picks it into Clifford. Beltran, great little ball into Griffiths. His shot saved. Back out. Missilou picks up the ball again. Jimenez out on the left. Doesn't really know what he's doing with it, but he decides to cross it. Lallana heads it back. That was a great finish. Another volley from Clifford. Lallana headed it right down perfectly, and he volleyed it in. This was a wee bit of a worry, to be honest, but it was the return leg. We were in Poland, as I said. I knew it would be tough, but we ended up drawing one each, which I wasn't really happy with. But we lost a goal really early from a good move from the Polish team. I think you'll see it here, but we did get a goal back, and then I switched to a more defensive formation, and we ended up, coasting the game. We ended up winning 5-2 on aggregate. So it was never really in doubt. But this was a pretty good goal, to be honest. He slips it through here, I think, to one of his, slips through there, and then good finish. So you have to give credit where credit's due. Although we really shouldn't be losing goals like that. I think our goal was possibly a penalty. No, it wasn't. Never mind. We've had a fair few penalties in this, so I'm getting myself confused. Guerrero wins the ball back there. Alaman beats his man out on the right, and he crosses it in to Molo. Molo with a header, which you don't normally expect, but he can do it. He scored a few headers in his time, but that was a really good finish. Now we're going to show you the Champions League draw. We're running it in how the game actually ran, so the Champions League draw was next. So obviously I'll just show you here where we are. We're obviously seeded 4th, but we're just below the coefficient needed to get into the third pot. FC20 are only 2 points ahead of us, so hopefully in the next coming years we'll get into that third seed. So I'll draw all the teams here just so you can see how the groups line up. You'll see when the groups line up here, the only groups I didn't really want were G and H, because they were really hard. Man City, FC Porto, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, Napoli and Copenhagen. That was really hard groups. I would have really taken any of the other groups, apart from maybe F as well. F was a pretty hard one. Man United, Juventus and Shakhtar. So we'll draw the teams here. Anderlecht go in Group 1, Rapid Vienna, Olympiacos. By this point I was worrying because I thought, oh shit, I might get one of those, but I ended up going in Group E. So we got Olympique Marseille and FC Bayern. And CSK Moscow, so not too bad. I think I could do pretty well in that, and hopefully get through to the next stage of the group as well, and get into the what am I trying to say? The knockout phase. Even that's what I'm trying to say. Sorry if the audio screws up a bit here because I had to paste in between some games, but this was the last game of the month, which was a 2-0 away win to Rangers, so really happy with that. First goal was Grafland into Prestia, another headed goal, but I'll take it. Second goal came really quickly after that. I think it was a breakaway, and we managed to score. Watch the ball from Molo. This was amazing. I was screaming at my keeper to throw this out, but look at the ball from Molo, right over the top. Boom! Amazing ball into Chamberlain. Chamberlain with his first goal takes it round the keeper, and great finish. That was his first goal for the team, so really happy with that. This is how the league stands. So we're on 18 points plus 21 goal difference, not lost any goals in the league at all. 6 wins, second Inverness. Rangers down in 4th with only 8 points. I'm 10 points ahead of them, 7 points ahead of second, so pretty much coasting the league already. This was just something I wanted to show. Training facilities got upgraded for the youth facility, got updated to state of the art. This is the stats, so you can see here all the players that we have, a lot of players in the top stats, highest being Giuseppe Prestia and Keys Grafland with 8.12, Lee Griffiths in there, Alvin Annandale, but a lot of the players above 7.5, so amazing. This is the top goal scorers. Griffiths at 4, Guerrero with 5, Prestia with 3. This is obviously just in the league, so a fair few guys up there, and our 2 strikers, which is what you would expect. Next we've got assists. The 2 main guys for assists, again as you would expect, Keys Grafland with 5 and Johan Moll, my 2 main playmakers. So Alvin Arundel also getting on there as well with 3, and Adam Lallana, so in there with 2. And lastly, I think this is the last one, but I'm showing you Prestia here with 3 man in the matches. Lee Griffiths got 1, nobody really with more than 1. Pass completion, actually, just thought I would show this. Conor Clifford with 92%, pretty beasting, and Kyle third with 88%. So yeah, pretty happy with that. I think lastly, we're just going to show you the fixtures for the next month. So we've got Hibernian at home in the league, Olympique Marseille away in the Champions League, St Mirren at home, Forfar away in the League Cup, Dundee United at away and CSKA Moscow at home. So thanks for watching, guys. Please comment, rate, subscribe if you like the new format, and peace out. Thanks for listening. Cheers. Bye.